Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for watching today. So today, I'm going to be talking about the recipe for success, or the recipe for anything in life. And I'm going to be using a lot of cooking references here. So I was thinking about a lot of things yesterday. I'm like, what is my video going to be today? And different things that I'm going through my mind and going through different notes that I have of videos and coaches and different things. And sitting there with my family last night and watching us prepare a meal, I thought about the recipes and following the recipes. I don't cook. I don't have the patience for it, but I compared that to why some real estate agents do very well in real estate and some don't. Just like chefs in cooking, you have to follow a recipe. Some people have the patience for it, some people have the discipline for it, but it's there. There's a recipe for things, and there's a recipe for success. Just like in a cookbook. When you look at a cookbook, there's cookbooks out there that have just the processes, the ingredients, and no pictures at all. And you got to kind of use your imagination. But almost every cookbook that I've seen, or at least recent cookbooks, have a beautiful, glossy picture of what the final thing will be. How many of you look at a cookbook or use a cookbook and you're paging and looking at the pictures? You're not even looking at the names. You're looking at the pictures like, that looks good. I want that. And then look at the ingredients and the time it takes. And then I even see cookbooks now that will have the sections by time. You can prepare this in 20 minutes, 30 minutes. This is an hour. They tell you how long it takes, so you could decide, well, I'm going to cook something a little faster or a little slower. But same with real estate, is that you got to have that vision of that picture of success, of where you want to be. And just like cooking in a cookbook, you have to follow the recipe to a T. You have to follow that. You have to use the right ingredients. You got to use the exact time. Anybody know anybody who cooks out there that always like, I want to keep it in for another 10 or 15 minutes, and then it tastes horrible? So, I'm sure a lot of us know a lot of people that are great cooks, and some people that are not great cooks. But I guarantee you, almost all of the time, is if they're trying to follow a recipe, they're doing something wrong. They're either changing the recipe, trying to add more things. You think, well, I like this spice more, so let me add more of that, and it just doesn't come out right. Or they try to turn the timer up. Let me cook it a little bit faster. In real estate, you can't do that. You have to follow the recipe. When you start changing the recipe, when you start adding your own things in, step back and figure out why you're adding those things in. And most of the time is because you're trying to skip a step. You're trying to get away with not doing something. You're trying to get away with stuff that you like better and not do the harder stuff. It's, again, like a recipe. If you have to make sure you have all the right ingredients before you start cooking. You can't add things. If you're lucky, but it rarely happens, you add something like, I don't have that ingredient, I'm going to try this ingredient, and you create something new and it's delicious. That rarely happens. So it's like winning the lottery. Don't do that. And the great thing about real estate is that all the recipes for success, for a great meal, for a successful career in real estate, has already been made. They're all out there. There's coaches, there's videos, there's books, there's videos like what I'm trying to do every day and help agents and think about these things, is that you just have to take those recipes that you like. Again, going all out with the cooking references and the eating references. When you have a meal, you're usually not eating one thing. Does anybody just, cook a steak and that's all you eat? Just eat a steak, that's it, that's your meal? No, there's a vegetable, there might be a potato, might be a salad, kind of like real estate is, and there's different recipes. So there's prospecting, there's following up and taking care of your clients, making sure the process goes smoothly to closing. There's organizing your database. There's different parts of the meal. Now you got to find that recipe for each one of those that makes you something that you enjoy as much as possible. Some of us, I see people that cook meals all the time. Just they eat a little salad here, a steak this big, potato that big. Real estate, you have to have it has to be a balanced meal, so to say. You can't do like, well, I like to follow up with that, or I just like to work on my current transactions now. I love talking to my buyers and bringing them out to sell, and my sellers, and never prospect. Well, you're not going to have a balanced meal. You're not going to have a successful meal, a successful career in real estate. So you could build your own cookbook for real estate success by picking out the recipes of prospecting, picking out the recipe of what database. And also you get to pick out the technology. A lot of people, when they're cooking, they blame the ingredients, or they blame the oven. They blame whatever that they're. So sometimes like, I need a new oven. How many out there know that? Hey, I got to buy a new oven, or I can't cook well, or I got to buy the top-notch organic, perfect ingredients, the most expensive ingredients, are just not going to taste right. Or how many of us have a whole pantry or cabinets full of new cooking equipment that you're like, this is going to make dinner taste better. Same with real estate. Is that there's so many agents out there that's waiting for the next great technology. Like, this contact management system is going to be, this email campaign is going to be even better. I'm going to buy these leads over here, and they're going to get me more business. Kind of like the same kind of mindset of some people that they cook something that tastes terrible because they're trying to find a technology or machine that will cook it better and less work for you. Almost anything that you cook, you're going to have to put the time and the energy into it. And this is one of the things that just hit me last night. Was a lot of times one of the reasons why I don't enjoy cooking is because I'm working on cooking for like 3 hours, and it takes me 15 minutes to eat it. I'm like, the time I spend here cooking doesn't equal my enjoyment here if I cook. I enjoy when other people cook, that's for sure. But I could do that in real estate all day long. So it hit me that, again, just hit me this morning of comparing it to this, is that I know the new agents out there. I know 28 years in real estate. I know all of the agents that are trying hard to increase their business, and every day, at the end of the day, they might not get something out of it. I could just imagine, and you feel defeated, but you're moving in the right direction. Just imagine if you want to be a great chef, but most of the time when you cook something, it tasted horrible, but you got up the next day and you cooked again. It tastes horrible. You cook again. Today it was pretty good. Kind of like, I made some calls all day today, connected with as many people as no new buyers today, no new sellers today. Tomorrow, get up again, do it all over again, prospecting, calling, getting hold of people, putting your database. Okay, no new buyers, no new sellers. That gets frustrating. Me personally, I could do that all day long, every day. I just don't know. I just have that type of mindset, but I don't have the mindset to cook. I'm getting frustrated. I go, I'll just order out, or I'll cut a step, or I'll just put some meat in a sandwich and eat it. I don't have the enjoyment of cooking something for 3 hours. For me to eat it in 15 minutes is not, for me, not a great use of my time. But people love that. So if you love to cook, guess what? You have a discipline. You have the energy. You have the time. You love to cook. You're in for yourself, or your family, or your significant other. You're putting the love and the time. If you do that for your business too, try to figure out that same thing. Is there anything in life like cooking that you're putting? Say you're going to the gym for an hour a day or more, or you're doing something that you don't get instant results that day, that second, but you continue to do more than the time you get out of it. That's what you have to think about your business, because it really hit me is that some people get really defeated when they don't get new business, and they spend all day long making those calls, doing the prospecting, asking for referrals, doing all the right stuff, following the recipe for success in real estate, not hitting it at the end of the day. So remember, no, you're moving ahead, you're practicing. So every great chef has, had terrible meals. I can imagine, when I go to a restaurant and they say, they're mentioning all these ingredients of these things, like sometimes when they put things together, like this doesn't, sound like it should be together, this fruit with this meat, or this, this with that. But when they put it together, for some reason, it's great. Sometimes someone had to try that and try different things. And I'm sure probably a majority of the time it tasted horrible, but one way, they're like, I cooked it this long with this ingredient. That's how you have to figure out with your real estate, is that if you keep on trying, you keep on following the ingredients, following the order you have to put in. Remember, not to step back, but you got to follow the order of the recipe. You can't start over here, put the meat in the oven before you season it. You can't skip steps and jump around. You got to follow it straight down. And hopefully a lot of my videos that you've been watching is going over things that I've learned over the years of what you can do to follow that recipe. Any real estate coach or some of the videos or books will have a step-by-step recipe of what you have to do every day to be successful in real estate. And the great news is, and I've said this before many of times, that everybody has the ability. Just like when there's people out there, again, you go to certain restaurants, you're like, this place has the best whatever. And I bet a lot of those places you go into the kitchen, they have just a basic oven and stove, no special pans, no special ovens, no fancy gadgets. It's just the time, the effort, and the recipe that cook or chef put into it is what makes it. So that's what I'm saying. You have the ability. You have a voice. You have a cell phone. You have a contact management system in your cell phone already for free. You have a calendar in your cell phone for free. You have people that you can reach out to. Right now you have a whole phone of contacts. Open up your phone, hit contacts. How many people are in there? You have a database already started if you don't already have it. So you have the tools. You have the basic tools already to start generating business and being successful in real estate. Again, some people like the bells and whistles, the great CRMs that they like to use. I know there's chefs out there that they go from different restaurant to different restaurant. They have their own pots, their own pans, their own knives. They bring their tools with them. I understand you want to use things but don't let that stop you. Don't let that wait for, I have to get this shiny new gadget, or if you say I can't be successful because my company doesn't have this, or I have to go to that company because that company has that, some type of tool or technology. The great tool or technology or the shiny new thing is you. It's you. It's always will be you, and you have it, and you can do it. You just have to know and come up with that recipe that you're going to follow. Take a recipe that's already been made for you in real estate. It's already out there. Go find the one that you like, that tastes good for you, that you like to use. Put it in a book, but again, put it in a business plan. What are your daily things of what you're going to do? What's your cookbook of real estate success going to be? And you can do it. Everybody has the ability to do it. There's nothing that those the successful agents that are doing that you can't do other than they are following their recipe to the T, the exact order, the exact amounts, the exact time, and it will always work out to be perfect in their eyes, and then to get to their success, and it could work for you too. So that's it. Hopefully that was enough cooking references for the day. And that. So thank you very much for watching. We're going to have a little more real estate related, specific things you can do to help your business tomorrow on Tuesday at 11. So thank you very much for your time. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.